Hey, it's Chris again, software engineer at 𝐬𝐻𝐚𝐮𝐬. And today I want to ask you a question. Maybe you wondered why we used Visual Studio for Mac in our previous video. That's because we want to leverage and show you the power of underrated .NET tools on our YouTube channel. And that's why the subject of today's video is Specflow for 𝐦𝐮𝐬𝐢𝐚. But first, a quick recap on what is BDD. For more details, please take a look at our other BDD video. BDD describes scenarios written in Gherkin that are used to define a feature's behavior. The scenarios must contain three kinds of steps: given for context setup, when for performing the action, and then for assertion. With Specflow, you write feature files that only contain your scenarios in Gherkin language. Those feature files are used to generate the test framework code. All you have to do is to write your scenario and write what is inside of the steps. What are we going to develop? We're going to use the same eating API we developed in our previous video and write integration tests for it with Specflow. Just to remind you, there was one eat endpoint that permits the user to allow the app to know what food the user eats. We first have to install the Specflow extension inside of 𝐻𝐵rains, 𝐻𝐵rains IDE. Since this time we're writing integration tests, we wrote a get endpoint to retrieve the calories from our data collection. Let's then create a new project inside of the solution. It will be dedicated to Specflow's behavior-driven tests. Let's write our scenarios inside of a new feature file. Then, let's write the code behind those test steps. We will use the IDE's context actions to help us write it. Endpoint-oriented integration tests require a test server to be initialized. So, we will do just that. Let's also create a property in order to use the API's client. Then, we will implement the first given step with an empty body, because the user isn't supposed to have eaten in that scenario. Let's implement the when step by a call to the server in order to eat something. For each step, we will need to parameterize them in order to make the behavior more modular. The then step retrieves the calories count from the API and stores the calories total inside of a variable. with an assert that value is the same as expected. Let's run our test. It is green. Let's complete our second scenario. As you can see, the steps we just wrote are reused for the second scenario. We just have to implement our given step. This time, the user hits something at the beginning, so we will use the same code as the previous one step. Let's run these tests. And they're green. Finally, if we duplicate the when I eat salad step, that we change salad to pancakes and the calories count to 1250, the test will pass. That's it! We demonstrated how modular Specflow was while learning the basics together. How great!
That's a wrap for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. And today we could see how we could parameterize our tests and write functional feature files with Specflow. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.